enter, and kings and emperors and empresses and mighty, mighty people would come to the oracle and they would ask her questions, like very important questions, like, should we burn down the city of Sparta and sow the fields with salt? That's hard to say. Or should I topple that king and seize his throne? And, stuff like that. She would answer in verse. And sometimes her answers were a little tricky. So you had to be a little careful about how you interpreted them. Now I guess I don't think she's still there. And now I think we would ask more modern day questions like, probably not, should I burn down the city of Sparta and sow the fields with salt? More along the lines of, does Ashley in accounting think I'm cute? But so that's kind of the tale of the Pythoness, the Oracle of Delphi. And hi, Casey, in Elyria, Ohio. Elyria, what a beautiful name. And Casey's also a beautiful name. Give me 3 minutes. We're just going to quickly do the tarot weather, where we're going to predict psychic weather for the next week. And I'm going to spontaneously, seriously, close my eyes and pick 3 cards. And here we go. And this is going to be for the week coming up, starting today. So the first card is first few days. Second card is middle of the week. Third card is like sort of Monday to Wednesday. Wow, these are nice cards. I'm glad I picked these. So hang out with me, Casey. And Casey, while you're waiting, I'm going to ask you to do the vagus nerve breath, VAGUS, which is where you breathe in deeply and then breathe out as though you're blowing out a birthday candle. It can sound like a whoopee cushion, not that dignified, but the longer you do that breath, the more relaxed and more sort of activated your vagus nerve is, which kind of regulates the central nervous system, which is a good thing. Just trust me on that. Okay, the first card is the Ace of Pentacles, which says to me, aces and tarot, as in poker, are good things. Aces are always the beginning of a new cycle. And this cycle has to do with prosperity. If you're seeing like this huge hand coming out of the sky with a coin, it generally is considered a good thing. Either that or, like the Oracle of Delphi, you might be suspended over a fissure filled with psychotropic gases, but probably not. So this is a really good card in that it indicates a little financial windfall. It indicates the beginning of a cycle in which you're more attuned to the fact that money is all around us. That doesn't mean you can go take somebody else's, but it does mean that once you get out of the headset of worry, thinking about money with worry and fear and that stuff, and start to think about money as your friend and somebody you work well with and all of that good stuff. Essentially what this means is there's money coming to you in some form or other at the beginning of this week. Okay. Yay. This is an interesting card. The Two of Wands. This guy is dressed a little like Christopher Columbus, and he is, as you'll see, holding a globe up. This means that you've started a project and you've taken a few steps into it. You've sort of come up with the idea, kind of seeing how it goes. And this is the moment where you're deciding, do I stay here and finish this, or should I ditch this and do something else? My advice would be, if you've started a project of any kind in the last week or two, or even month, stick with it. As you can see, he's looking at the globe in his hand and reassuring himself that the earth is in fact round, which it is. Don't listen to anybody who tells you it's not. And he's sent his ships off into the sunset, but he's telling them they'll come back, telling himself they'll come back laden with gold, and so will yours. Stick with whatever project this is, and it's going to be successful. Oh, and I love this. Is awesome. The third card, not picked beforehand, is the World card, which means success in something only you can do in a way only you can do it. It doesn't necessarily mean that, like this young lady, you have to take off all your clothes, put on a purple scarf, and dance around in some laurel leaves while animals look at you. Although if that's your idea of a good time, knock yourself out. But this does mean the world is worldly success. It means positive attention and support for whatever endeavor this is that you want support for. It's very good cards. So I love doing that. So to sum up, this week begins with a little windfall. This could be as small as winning a $10 scratch off card, which I actually happened to do this morning. I never do scratch off, but sometimes. So, and the important thing is notice, no matter how small or big the windfall that comes early this week is, just take notice and be grateful. Bigger stuff's coming. And now we're going to go to Casey. Are you still there, Casey?
Yes, I'm listening.
Oh, good. Thank you, love. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you. So I like to connect people through their birthdays. So I'm going to ask you to tell me your birthday. And then if you have
November
a question.
18th.
Oh, you're an 18th too. Cool. Oh, a Scorpio. Love Scorpios here. All right. It sounds like you have a very specific question. You have a sort of a business-like tone. So how can I help you the most?
I just wanted to know about my future, like what's coming to me.
About your
Is
future
my life going to get better?
Hold on a second. Let me
This
see.
is like my present.
Have you been having like the same problem over and over and over again for about 2.5 years?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think actually, and I'm not just, as you know, if you watch the program regularly, I don't just say stuff. I think there's an old pattern. How can I put this? Okay, in my own life, I've noticed sometimes in the past, I would be working through like a childhood family role. So for instance, let's say in your family, you're the scapegoat and everybody kind of blames you and you get used to accepting blame and then you feel responsible for everybody. And it's a pattern you repeat in your life until you finally work through it. And it feels like there's a pattern from your family of origin that you're repeating over and over in your life, but it feels like it's ready to leave. And that pattern has to do with like abandonment. It feels like even though you do the right thing and you're a lovely person, it feels like for the past 2.5 years, people have just been vanishing. That's going to stop, and it's going to stop soon. Is that true?
Yes, very true.
Thank you. So here's what I'd like you to do. Every morning, I'd like you to just get up and say, hello, world, you're lucky to have me. Or say something that makes you feel like you're worthy, because you're a really good person. This is what's so confusing about these patterns. And this pattern really is about to change for you. Like, honestly, it's going to change like in the next week. And so I don't know why this stuff happens, but I guess if you're one of those people who says everything happens for a reason, I guess we're given these things to sort of learn lessons for our soul to get bigger or whatever. For whatever reason, here's what's happened to you in the last couple of years. You've done everything right. You've had integrity. You have stuck around when other people haven't, like for people who needed you. You have shown up for friends, and somehow you're not getting any credit for that. And it's really annoying to me as I see this for you. Let me do this too. I'm just going to do a little Reiki on you quick. Okay. Okay. So it feels like starting next week, you're no longer open for business for people who abandon you. And starting towards August and September, those people are going to start coming back. So hold the fort. For now, do things that make you happy. I want you to be radically selfish, because your idea of selfish is other people's idea of being Mother Teresa. You are not a selfish person. I want you to be what you would consider selfish. There's also, it feels like some sort of love life thing coming back around in August. I can't wait a minute. Hold on. I'm not sure if I'm right about this. It feels like you had a breakup during that time, but I think this person's
No,
going to
I'm
come back
currently in a
around.
relationship and have been for a little long time.
Okay. Then that's, I have 91% accuracy, but there's that tricky 9% that sometimes screws up. So sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Oh, yeah, no, I like this person. Ah, oh, that's interesting. I think I read that wrong. Essentially, doing this job is like playing charades with people I can only half see, my guides. So I'm going to rephrase the thing about somebody coming back into your life. I think something's going to happen in August in your relationship. Ah, okay. That is going to have to do with somebody or something, your partner in your partner's life, that he, she, or they thought they lost, or there's going to be some sort of reunion. It's going to be good. Something is happening in you and your partner's life in August that's going to be good. It's going to be surprising. It's going to be good. But yes, and the people, I can tell you really strongly that your future is it's looking a lot better than the last 2.5 years. I'm really sorry you went through that.
Well, thank you, and that makes me feel so much better.
Am I allowed to say that it sucks that you went through that? Producer, is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm allowed to say it sucks.
Yes.
Yeah. My producer's just like, sure. Yeah, because am I right? Is what I said, does that feel accurate to you? Because I'm feeling it really strongly.
Yes, it's accurate, like 100%.
Good, I'm so glad. And when those people come back, send them to New York. I'll kick their butts and send them back to you, because and you don't have to take any of them back. The other thing is, I'll tell you that in September to October, it feels like you're either going to be changing jobs or going up a notch at whatever you do for work. I think you're going to be changing. There's a little more money coming in, and there are better people coming in. Ah, got it. You're going to be around then, September, October. You're going to be doing something that puts you into a community of people. You know how, like, if you join a church or whatever, you'll be you've got some really good people coming up. So sod those other people, and you've got a lot of good karma working for you. Because
great. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, my love. And let me know how you're doing. My name is Perry Lyons, PERILYONS. I'm on Facebook or perrylyons.com. Just drop me a line, because I care. And I'm nosy too. All right.
I will. And thank you so much.
All right, love. Thank you so much. I get the coolest people on this show. Here, take care, love. While we're waiting for the next caller, we've got that was Danielle in Raleigh, North Carolina is ready. So, or Danielle, are you there? Hi, baby.
Yes.
I love the name Danielle. How are you today?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Good. Is it bloody hot there as it is here?
Yes.
So, all right, my love, I like to connect to people through their birthdays. So I'm going to ask you when your birthday is.
February 27, 1984.
Oh, I love that day. So you're like early issue Pisces. You're in the Pisces part of Pisces. Yeah, we love
Yes,
I'm a Pisces. I'm at the other end of Pisces, but rock on. What is it? Why are Pisces women so cool? And Pisces men, I mean, God bless them, but they're very charming, but they're very weak. Sorry, any Pisces man who's listening. It's true. I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing for it. All right, baby. How can I help you? Right? Am I right? Pisces women are badasses.
I wanted to know as far as my career is concerned, because right now I'm having a bit of issue with struggling financially, and I just wanted to know, will that improve? Will that get better?
Yeah, you're working beneath. I want you to take bigger risks. I want you to go out there and get a job that's scary for you to even apply for. Hold on. What are you good at? Oh, you're good with kids.
Yeah, I have 3 orders. I'm currently doing truck driving at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if that's the right career path. I don't know. I'm just struggling financially. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
figure
Oh,
out.
sweetie. Let me pick a couple of cards for you. Stay right there. Oh, cool. All right. Well, the first card wants to acknowledge and thank you for your hard work as a mom. The Empress card is the card. Interestingly, it's card not only of the mother, the Empress, but it's the card of a prosperous mother. So it's kind of a reassuring card for you.
Wow.
Oh, and you do have some sort of new start coming up with the Ace of Wands. This says to me, if you use your days off to kind of look around or see what you actually would like to do. And the Queen of Pentacles says to me that this is a good time for you to do that, but you are going to make some money. You're going to be a little more financially solvent. It feels to me like one of your kids is out of the house, right? Because it feels like two are kind of grown-ish and one is sort of smallish. Is that right?
Yeah, I have my youngest daughter with me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
And my dog.
Grownish, smallish. But so the two grownish ones you don't have to worry about, but they're fine. Boy, are they different. Holy mackerel. Those two daughters are really different than each other.
Yes, they are. My youngest, she's a Pisces as well.
Yeah, that's what I got. Your youngest and you are really bonded. She's adorable. Your kids are cool. I love your kids. Wow. And I think it's the oldest is a real badass. She's a real go-getter. But the youngest is just adorable. Is the youngest in March? Is her birthday in March?
How do you? Yes, March.
That's my job,
right.
baby. I'm good at my job. Don't ask me to balance a checkbook. Don't ask me to walk a straight line without tripping over a disco. But I'm good at my job. Thank you. So, yeah, I think really think you're going to be okay. I think there's some stuff. You'd be really good. You're really good in sales. I think that's a natural talent for you. You'd be good in childcare, but honestly, small children are like portable petri dishes, and don't go there. I like you in sales. I like you in customer service because you're really not. People just like you. I like you. People like you. They do. And if also you might want to contact, and you can do this because our representatives are here to serve us. You can call your local representative's office, like your congressman or whatever, and you can ask if there are services that will help you get grants to get trained for things. I think you'd be a hell of a hair person. But there are, if you're in a certain income bracket, and who hasn't been at one time or another in his life, there are grants available. You can get like trade schools paid for, and you're really smart. You can do this. I really think I can really see you as a somebody who'd be great at hair or makeup, or if that takes a year and a half to train for, and you can make stupid money. I was sort of thinking about that. That's where I'm really seeing you doing something that's skilled, that uses your terrific personality. And in the meantime, because trucking is so, I don't drive, so I can't really speak about trucking, except it just seems really cool that you do that. But it does take you away from home. And I want you to do something where people get to interact with you because you're just that cool. And I want people to interact with you because they will come away the better for it. That's all. And I think the more people you're around, the better you do. Isolation's not good for you. You're very social. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's what I think about, because I'm seeing things getting better. And I'm also seeing that you are actually one of the few people who's actually going to listen to what I'm saying and do some of this. I think you are going to look around and see if, I know hairdressing school doesn't sound exciting, but I think you could do really well at something like that, or some sort of trade. and something where you're interacting with people. Because here's the thing, as artificial intelligence comes in and is doing more writing and more people's jobs, there's no robot that is going to replace somebody who does your hair. It's not something that I'm seeing robots coming in and replacing anytime soon. And especially because you've got a really good personality. I think there's some job security in the jobs that kind of robots can't do. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. What do you like doing? If I may be so bold.
I mean, I like trucking, but I just feel like I want to be at home more to be with my, my family. So I want to make sure if something else that is financially, secure, so I can take care of them.
I'm also getting a strange psychic feeling Woo! That there's something not far from where you live that's hiring, that might not be a bad thing to do while you're researching the other stuff. Let me see okay, you're here. And I'm not talking something like Home Depot. I'm talking something like nice that pays pretty well. I would go about 2.5 miles, I want to say north of where you are. And there's a little main street there. There's something on that main street. I don't even know what the main street, maybe it's called Main Street. But it looks like it's in a sort of artistic part of town. But there's something there. Maybe it's more towards Raleigh. I'm sorry. Here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, like, how cities big and small sometimes have these little sections where they have cute little houses that are painted different colors, and they're like cool little shops, and there's like sort of an RD district, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm talking. You got it. So this is about 2.5 miles, up to 4 miles away. It's north. It's more towards like Raleigh, whatever. And there's some businesses there that are, there's something on that block in that part of town for you. Whether it's like a hotel that's hiring, because you'd be very good at hotel work, like reception work. As I'm saying, people like you and you're trustworthy. It's very hard to find people to work in hotels, and that pays well. And you're trustworthy. You don't steal. You don't even think about it. You don't, you show up, you do your job, people like you, you go home. So there's something in that area. So, grab the smallish child, go there, buy her some ice cream, look around, and let me know what happens, because I care and I'm also nosy. I really think you've got some good stuff coming up. Please keep in touch. My name's Perry. Hi, I'm Perry Lyons. And find me on Facebook. Oh, you're welcome, gorgeous. And let me know.
You have a good one. I will. Too. Thank you very much.
Bye. I love my job. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. I get the best people calling in. And come back next Wednesday. We're on Moonstruck TV, A1R Radio. I think it's also called Ask 1R Radio. And I'm Perry Lyons. That's P as in pneumonia, E-R-I, Perry, like Periwinkle. Lyons is Lyons. You can find me at perrylyons.com. Although, honestly, I must never check my website. But you can. Or find me on Facebook, Perry Lyons on Facebook. And just come back next week, because I just, I just love you. And that color looks great on you.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Energy Reader Mariana with Mariana. Live from SoulCircle.vip.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Energy Reader Mariana
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, how are you guys? So this is my first show, which I'm sure is painfully obvious. My name is Mariana. I am coming to you from Colorado Springs, Colorado area. That is obviously maybe not obviously, but that is in the United States. Again, my first show. I wanted to come to you tonight from my barn with my colt and my mare, but unfortunately, lack of sleep, lack of preparation, and lack of time has brought me to my standard chair. Okay, sorry. There's little prompts on there. My bad. Again, first night. Again, Mariana, I am the energy reader. And what is an energy reader? It is a psychic, an evidential medium, an evidential communicator, animal communicator, and an evidential non-verbal communicator rolled into one. So what is a non-verbal communicator? I do talk to people with dementia, comas, autism, etc., to facilitate conversations between their caregivers and or parents and the person who is nonverbal. In that realm, if you will, is animal communication, which is what this show, if you will be about. So I started business about 4 years ago. I've been doing this for about 7 years. I do have a graduate education, and I still do have my 9-to-5 job. So that is interesting and a little bit different than some people, but it's a good income. And so that's hard to replace. Feast or famine, right? So again, I did want to come to you from the barn, but tonight that was not going to work out. So one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight for animal communication is to get an animal communicator with animals. And I know that sounds silly, but I have a mare. It's called a maiden mare who gave birth a month early. And so I do have a colt down at the barn. His name is Big John, which is supposed to be ironic because he's actually Little John. And I also have 8 dogs altogether, 5 birds, 4 horses, and a crazy vet bill that I can't pay trying to save Big John. So if anyone is interested in the GoFundMe, let me know. A little bit of sarcasm, hyperbole, but also true. All right, so let's talk about animal communication. And I will start taking calls next week in which you can come to me with your animal. I ask for an animal's name and breed and whether or not they are alive or past. So one of the reasons I ask for alive or past is because they are they feel very much the same, whether they're alive or whether they're past. They're very often happy and content. And yes, even abused animals can feel happy and content because especially if that's what they know. So there's some finer lines within there, but let's keep going. This is a little different for me, so I do apologize if I seem a little disjointed. I want to talk about why someone would want to contact an animal communicator. Why would you even want an animal communicator at all? One is the transitions in your life. So that could be that you're bringing another human into your family, birth, or it could be that someone is leaving your family, death. That could also be the animal itself. If the animal itself is moving into a transitionary period, you may want to have an animal communication with that animal to say, what would you like as your last days? What would you like us to attempt to do in honor of you? or because of you? Or do you want us to spend a lot of money at the vet, or do you not want us to? Would you like to kind of pass away peacefully at home, if you will? Another thing someone might come to an animal communicator for are behavioral problems. I say quite often that we do not replace animal training, and we do not replace veterinary care. However, if you've kind of come to your last leg with certain issues or situations, behavioral problems and or health problems, an animal communicator can often assist, with the caveat that we are, of course, not vets or trainers. New pets. If you have new pets coming into your home, and I apologize, I'm covered in dog hair, so I'm doing the best I can here, but my nose does itch. New pets coming into your home. What does that look like for your pet? What does that look like for the household? What does that look like for the new pet, frankly, especially if it's a rescue? Food issues. You might contact an animal communicator over food issues. Has your animal stopped eating? Is your animal suddenly picky when they didn't used to be picky, or not picky at all, and they just are inhaling food at an alarming rate? All right. What about when the animal doesn't know what's wrong? That's a weird one, and that one can be a little bit perplexing, right? Because then the animal communicator comes in, and you have to kind of have a place to start, in my opinion, for the animal communicator. Like, let's start at this place. Can you tell me what happened? Can you tell me what my animal is thinking, etc.? Now, having said all of that, I am an evidential animal communicator. So I come in and I give you evidence about who I'm talking to, so that you know that I'm talking to the animal that I say I'm talking to, so that I'm not blowing smoke up the old nether regions. When I come in and give evidence, it could be favorite toys, it could be favorite people, it could be personality traits, it could be mannerisms. It's a lot like evidential mediumship, which brings up another thing. By the way, I'm a little ADHD. But it brings up another thing, is that I do alive animals, and I do passed over animals. So if you are missing a particular animal that was in your life, and you would like to know certain things or have a last conversation or another conversation, because we're all a little bit telepathic, aren't we? If you would like that, that is where the evidential animal mediumship comes into play. All right, and I apologize, I have breathing issues, and I am at 6,500 feet above sea level, something along those lines. All right, what happens when the animal doesn't know what's wrong? That's when we really kind of get into it, and that might take more than one session. Unfortunately, there are a lot of animal communicators that charge a pretty penny, and so one of the things I don't charge extra for is talking to multiple animals in the same visit. Another thing I don't charge extra for is having someone else in our visit. I also teach it. Again, I'm going off script a little bit. You can see I have my little script, if you will. I do teach it. And so what does teaching it mean? It means July 31st, I'll be starting with an instruction night, and then we'll have circle night. Circle night is where the gold is. That's where you learn how to talk to animals. So we have an instruction night with handouts, book recommendations, journal prompts, and then we have circle night, which is where you talk to my animals and other students' animals as well. That is starting July 31st. That will be a Monday night instruction night. And if I recall correctly, I'm extremely tired, a Wednesday night circle night, or Thursday. And I apologize. I think it's Wednesday. And that's where you really get your confidence, and where you learn how to animal communicate. Because it's wonderful if you can come to me, but what if you can just do it for yourself? All right, let's keep going. Again, next week, I will hopefully have a caller so I can exhibit my animal communication. But if you would like to see exhibitions before then, you can go to YouTube. It's at Energy Reader Marianna, Maryanna. On TikTok, it's at Marianna _energy reader. And my website is www.soul, S-O-U-L, circle, CIRCLE.VIP. So I think we're charging along here. When the animal doesn't know what's wrong, it takes sometimes more than one visit. It takes sometimes a few questions. It's kind of an investigation almost. So if you don't know what's wrong and the animal doesn't know what's wrong and the vet doesn't know what's wrong and the animal trainer doesn't know what's wrong, come see me. We'll see what we can do. All right. Unfortunately, people are often the problem. So I do have to often tell owners, hey, listen, it turns out that your vaping is annoying their nostrils and their esophagus and the lungs, right? So there are things that I end up telling pet owners that sometimes aren't always what they want to hear. But if it's the truth, then you can bet that's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you really nicely, but that's what I'm going to tell you. Another problem can be codependency. Unfortunately, we get so attached to our animals today that we treat them like children, but they are still animals. And because they're still animals and not actual humans, they need boundaries and they need consistency and they need you to be the alpha and they need you to be in charge. And they also need you to know what you're asking from them. I know that sounds super simple, but have you ever met a person who said they called for a dog, let's say, right? And they were like, Pebbles, Pebbles. Pebbles finally comes to them and they're like, you stupid dog, why did you run away? Well, the dog has just come back to you and the dog is now utterly confused because you're sitting there saying, Pebbles, Pebbles, right, Stella? The dog comes back to you, bam. Now they're in trouble. Why would they come back to you again? All right, so let me wrap this up. Rehoming, relocating, bringing new pets into the home, animal mediumship, closure, questions answered, reincarnation, preparations, intentions, being the alpha, anxiety, and I believe that's it. So if you have a question, I believe there's a link in bio. Maybe, again, my first. I think I'm done. I'm not sure what's happening. Link in the bio, and we will talk on this channel though about behavioral problems, transitions. That could be birth, that could be death, that could be new pets, that could be food issues, that can be when the animal doesn't know what's wrong. People are often the problem, unfortunately. Codependency, relocating, rehoming, animal mediumship, and more, reincarnation. So go ahead and send me an email if you're interested in being a caller on the show for an animal communication.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Medicine for Your Spirit with Raylene Byrne. Raylene Byrne. Live from RayleneByrne.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Medicine for Your Spirit
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello everyone, namaste, Raylene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. I've had an amazing week, a really amazing week. And I just want to share with you some of the little insights that come up when we start to just be so comfortable in our own skin, when we start to just surrender into our own soul's knowing and our own soul journey. So I was very excited. Last week I ran a winter solstice here in Australia, a winter solstice event. I had African drummers and it was this big labyrinth and it was just beautiful. 450 candles in a labyrinth. It was just gorgeous. And it was just so fulfilling, and people just dropped into it and surrendered into the celebration and the gratitude of this time of the year. And then recently on the weekend, I was able to speak at a very large corporate event and about soul knowing and connecting into your soul knowing. And when you're really in that space of, this is who I am and this is all I can be, it's amazing what magic happens. That complete surrender. One of the things I've noticed, the event I spoke at on the weekend was all about wealth creation, property development and all that jazz. And so everyone there's wanting more abundance. They want abundance. They want more wealth. They want more. Nothing wrong with that. But what we've got to understand is that abundance and wealth is nothing that is outside that comes to us. It's how we feel inside and what we radiate out. And then we start to connect. So anyone who's feeling like nothing ever happened, nothing's good ever happens to me, I don't seem to be able to get ahead with anything, I'm just going round and round in circles. All I would like to say, there's a whole lot of stuff, but the simplest thing to do is to stop, reassess how you're feeling about you. How are you feeling in you? Are you feeling in lack, scarcity? Are you feeling not enough? Are you feeling I need to be validated? If you've got any of those restrictions, work on that. Because true abundance is not something external. True abundance is within. And when you align with that and start having gratitude for all that you already have, it's amazing how the energy flips and things start to arrive, opportunities, invitations, things start to come towards you. There's a surrendering that happens into the wisdom of the soul and the wisdom of the universe. There's a lot I could say. And if you're interested, follow me. Come to my website, RayleneByrne.com. I'm all about you remembering the medicine that you are, because you have it all. So I'm going to take a call. I think it's Deborah from Texas.
Yes.
Hello, are you there?
Hello. Thank you for speaking with me this evening. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. How can I help, assist, guide, support?
Well, I am interested in meeting a certain individual, and I've had visions and dreams of this person coming into my life. I've never met him before. I know exactly what he looks like, his personality, and I'm anticipating that he is going to be coming into my life very shortly. And are you seeing anything like that from your perspective?
Okay, before I give you an answer, let me share this. This is just too funny. It's just too funny. I have a very dear friend who, for the last few years, we have been doing a lot of energy stuff together. I've been working with her, and we have seen exactly the same situation. We have seen this man in her energy field coming in, getting closer and closer. We could see what he looked like, everything about him. We could both see it. And I remember saying to her, so how are you going to meet this person? Because you don't go out. You don't like pubs or clubs. You don't go anywhere. You basically don't like being around people. So how on earth are you going to meet this man that's in your field and we can both see him and he's so close? And she said to me, he will knock on my door. And I laughed and went, yeah, that's everyone's dream. Long story short, about 4 weeks ago, I got a phone call from her and she said, oh my God, Rails, you're not going to believe what's happened. I said, what is it? And she said, he knocked on my door. And she said, he's exactly how you and I saw him, exactly. And she said, he came to her, she's a chiropractor, he came to her as a client. And at the end of the session, she said they both looked at each other and they both said, I've been looking for you for a long time. And they didn't go through any of the normal dating, getting to know you, because they already at soul level knew each other. They had both been creating each other or calling each other in. So I'm sharing this. She's totally smitten. He's totally smitten. And they're already planning their life together because they know this is it. This is it. So I'm sharing this with you. And it's funny you should say that, because when we are so clear on this person that we are inviting into our world, but what I can say is they come when you're absolutely ready. When you're absolutely ready. There is no space for doubt. There is no second guessing. There is no, maybe I need to do this or maybe I need to do that. It's this sense of knowing that it's on its way. So I'm going to pull a card for you. And I'm sharing that with you because you have got exactly the same story going on as her. Energetically, this person is really close. Really close. So you just have to decide, basically, how do I want to meet this person? Well,
I've already decided on that. And I'm going on a cruise in the beginning of November. And that's where I want to meet him.
Right. Okay. So you want to meet him on a cruise. So just to be clear, you want this person to be available in your everyday life?
Yes.
Okay. So you want someone on the cruise who's from an area where you're from?
Yes.
Are you specific? Have you got that? Are you clear about that?
No, it's not clear. But I sense it's going to be in the state of Texas, and he'll be moving to my area.
Okay.
Texas.
This is really good. So I'm just going to pull a card. I'm trying to work out which one. I think I'll do the trees because it's nice and grounded. I do feel when I'm talking to you and I'm just tuning in a little bit to your energy, I do feel that this person is there, and it is a bit like my friend's story I just shared with you. It's like he's been waiting for you too. So when you two meet, there won't be any of this interference baggage. Yeah, it's transcending. Okay. There won't be any baggage around just coming out of a relationship or having to leave a relationship. There won't be any of that baggage. I feel it's going to be quite a clean path for you two.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Yes.
Yeah. So, because you don't want to meet someone and then you go through messy, icky stuff. You don't want that. Yeah. You actually want a person who's clean, clear, and ready. And you are clean, clear, and ready as well. So I would actually, for you at the moment, did you say December?
November.
Okay. I sort of feel it might be sooner, actually. I feel it might be a little bit sooner. And you might end up going on being on the cruise together. But I feel you might meet this person before. There's something in me that's like, energetically he's quite close, or he or she. This person is quite close.
Well,
but
I
think
know
you need
that
to
I'm
get
going on vacation like the end of September and into the beginning of October at a timeshare in Florida. And I felt that there might be an opportunity to actually meet him at the same timeshare.
Yeah, I feel it's before the cruise. I'm feeling it's before the cruise, and I feel that you need to be specific. You actually want to meet someone who's ready. So you need to just go, be very clear that you're open and be ready at that time. I do feel very strongly it's before the cruise. You'll meet this person before the cruise.
Huh. Okay.
Okay. You know what? You've got to believe in divine planning, divine timing. You've got to believe in divine timing, because the right thing happens at the right time. We can't manipulate that. I want to meet this person when I'm doing this. That doesn't cut it in consciousness. It's going, well, if you're ready for the right person and they're ready for you, here's the moment. This is where it starts. It may not be at the cruise.
Oh, okay.
All right. Just get clear exactly how open and ready you are.
Because I know that I'm ready, and I'm anticipating that he will be ready.
Well, he will be. It's divine timing. So I have to go. Thank you. I hope that's been helpful. Blessings from Raylene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. You have got the medicine within. You have your own pathway.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Evenings with Kimberly, the comedian medium, live from KimberlyWagonMakers.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Evenings with Kimberly
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome back. Happy Thursday, 5:30 my time. I hope everybody's doing fabulous. I'm doing good, very busy. Brief before I start taking a caller, I just want to announce again, my name is Kimberly Wagon Makers, spelled WAGENMAKERS. You can Google me, and on Google, you'll see my reviews. You'll see my website. You'll see my TikTok that's been hijacked, my New York radio last year, my Moonstruck radio now. You'll see lots about me. So just Google my name. It's the easiest. I'm not hidden or hard to find once you can spell my name correctly. But I'm here and I want to take callers. Getting more comfortable with this because it is hard, in seconds readings and not really seeing anybody. But I'm also doing lives on my business Facebook page, which I don't know if you can all see this. I'm going to try to get it in close. So that is my business Facebook page, Kimberly Wagon Makers, Psychic Medium to Rescue and Restore Balance. I'm going there live twice a week. And at the moment, I'm doing live free readings. No info again. You just tap in whether you want mediumship or psychic. And I'm spending like 3 hours. I get exhausted, but people come in and I can't say no. And I just, so yeah, I was up till 3 a.m. doing that last night. So do we have any callers yet? If we do, I can start. If not, I'll continue to talk like I do so well. And I want to, hopefully soon, we will be able to put me at 30 minutes so that I can start giving you a little bit about me and how I got here and all the really wild woohoo moments that I've had that, I need to write several books of what I've experienced. Like I can just tell you really quick before I have a caller, a house I had about 15 years ago, I was walking home from the mailbox and I heard a scream, looked behind me. It was the gardener alerting me. There was a single file line of bees literally behind my head following me. There had to be 1 billion of them because, it was a really thick, but they were single file just following me. And I'm such a lunatic and used to this stuff that it just didn't faze me. Kept walking. As I walked into my front door, they went into the eaves of the attic of my home. Lived there until I went to sale. Periodically, I'd find 1 or 2 in the house, and I told them, just don't sting my kids. When I went to sell, they said I had 5-foot beehives in my attic. Like 6 of them, and they had to kill them. I was like, no. But yeah, pretty crazy stuff that's happened. I don't know. I don't see anybody in the chat ready yet, but I think you'll let me know if there is, and I'm getting pretty good at this. So I'll just continue to talk a little bit. I am certified because I'm a science. I feel like I'm blurry. I don't know if that's my illusion on my side, but I feel like I look blurry. But that's okay. So I've had this gift my whole life. I didn't realize or understand it. I just would, I remember being in the backyard and these dragonflies all around me. And I remember thinking, this is Millie. Let me go call her husband and tell him. And it's like, well, how do you address this? Because back then, people just didn't talk about it. But I just picked up the phone and said, Stan, I got something to tell you. And you're not going to understand this, but Millie was just here visiting me, and she told me to call you. And he said, my friend, that's how he talked. He was so cool. Him and his wife were my neighbors at one point. And he said, my friend, today is our anniversary. And I believe you. And I'm like, whoa, that's super cool. And I'm like, well, she wanted to make sure that, I called you because she was I just knew it was her with these dragonflies all around me. So I've had lots of crazy moments. So many. I've got some really big ones, but a really fascinating one recent is when COVID first hit. Spirit just told me to ground, and I tend to go out at 1 a.m. when it's really peaceful and quiet, and I'll water and tinker in the yard. And believe it or not, all the grasshoppers jump me. But one night, got bit by a black widow, and I was like paralyzed for like 90 seconds. And it was the most excruciating. I could feel the venom go through every orifice of my body. But as it was happening, I heard, "You will never get COVID." And next day I went to the doctor, and he's like, "Whoa, this is super cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, isn't it?" He's like, "Your hand, you're going to lose your skin." I'm like, "No, I won't." And I didn't. And I had this really beautiful bullseye heart on my hand that would glow in the dark for like 6 weeks. And about 3 months after that, I was laying in bed having a sensitive moment, and a black widow spirit ran across my comforter. And that's when I knew that she was one of my totem animals, insects, spirit. I have the black widow, I have bees, I have a lion. Thus is my team so far, and they grow. But I never got COVID. And as I shared the story, a lot of people thought I was nuts and kind of like, but the people that understand that are in this woohoo world, they didn't think I was nuts. They just, and one of my shaman friends, he said, "Well, the fact that you weren't bothered by it is your totem." And I'm like, yeah, she came to visit. So I have lots of miracles and just amazing things. But I'm still talking. I don't know if there's any callers. I would love to do a reading because I felt like, but maybe it's my live afterwards, because here we go. I'm seeing something. Colleen in Atlanta. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Sorry, I'm reading and learning this. Hi, Colleen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. A little tired, but I'm good. So you're in Atlanta, Georgia?
I am.
Beautiful. I've heard, I haven't been there, but I always think of the peach because I love peach cobbler. What
Peaches aren't doing too good right now, I've heard.
Say that again?
The peaches aren't doing too well, I've heard. I don't know. I don't like peaches too much, so.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Those are my favorite. If that's pretty much the only pie I love other than chocolate. I love peach cobbler. So,
Wow.
But I'm sad to hear that they're not doing well. It's probably a farmer issue with all the weather disasters we've been having. But I hope they'll come back. So were you looking for psychic this evening, Colleen, or mediumship?
Mediumship?
Okay, I'm wondering if you are the one that I was picking up on before I came in, because I felt like I was going to have a caller, and I felt like it's going to be a little girl. Can you take this?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I felt like before I even came in, I was going to have a caller, and it was going to be a young girl. So in spirit, can you take a young girl?
In spirit, can I do what? I can't hear you very well.
It's okay. I'm sorry. I don't know why my reception. A young girl. Do you have a young girl in spirit?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm not sure about that. No.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat. So let me just. So I really felt like there was a young lady before I even started that I was going to bring through. Is that your dog?
Yes. Are we live on the radio or a podcast or something?
Yes, we are live, and yes, it streams through radio, and I'm not sure where, but some TV. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I'm just sorry for the noise. I have a dog that's kind of sick and he coughs a lot right now. So sorry about that.
He's sick?
Yeah, he has a problem with his trachea. So
I'm very sorry.
he's like 17 years old, so he's been with us a long time.
Let me try to get in here and connect with the spirit that you are looking for.
I'm going to step into another room where it's a little bit quieter.
Yeah, sometimes the energy. So I'm also picking up, I'm pushing the young lady aside. And maybe you're the young lady that I'm supposed to be pulling for, but I'm trying to tell a young man to step forward.
Yeah, the person I was hoping you could connect to is a male.
Yeah, and so this man, when I said young, he's telling me I wasn't young when I passed, but I have a very young heart. Would that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, because I felt like I wanted to tell you his age and young, but he's like, I wasn't young, but I have a really young heart. So, okay, we're pulling him closer. I'm getting goosebumps. He's telling me his passing wasn't long. It hasn't been that long. I want to say it's been like, I'm hearing 2. So I want to say like 2 years. I don't think it's 2 months.
It's actually, this one is a couple of months.
Oh, so it could be the 2 months?
Very recent, yeah.
Okay, because I heard 2 and I'm like, it wasn't very recent and it's 2, so okay, we're on the right track, son. Calling him son because he's just such a young spirit. Even when he passed, I mean, he was a very jovial, action-packed man.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Sacred Insight with Andrea Baker. Live from mindbodynourish.etsy.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Sacred Insight
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sacred Insights. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you're all doing fantastic and amazing wherever you are in the world when you're listening. I'm Andrea Bacon, and I'm here to channel your spirit team to bring through messages and guidance and anything they want to share. So we are focusing this week's chat on dreams. And I took an excerpt from a book called Dream Power by Cynthia Richmond. She's really good, and she talks about having this dialogue with the symbols in your dreams. And I thought that sounded really cool. So in this exercise, you talk to the symbols in your dreams and you sit quietly and just kind of like go within, take a few deep breaths and like relax, close your eyes, and then you focus on the symbol that you dreamt about and like you're going to dialogue with it. So I was just going to read off what she was talking about because I think that it can be really helpful. So if you visualize your symbol in your mind's eye, you know, something that you are kind of wondering what it meant when you dreamt about it. And in this example, she uses like the symbol of a mountain, just for an example, but it can be whatever it is for you. You visualize it when you're sitting quietly and like you visualize the size, the shape, you know, the color, and you imagine what it feels like. So if you're standing on it, you imagine what it feels like underneath your feet, or what the air smells like, or how it makes you feel. And then you give your symbol, in this case a mountain, a face. And you're going to ask it some questions. So you're going to ask it, what did it represent in your dream? And then the next one is to say, what is the message you're bringing to me? And what should I know about this dream? And then you're just going to not force anything, you know, just notice what arises. Notice any feelings you may get or any visualizations in your mind. And, you know, just kind of be relaxed doing it so you're not trying to force. But it might take practice and you might have to do it a few times. But it's really cool. And you can like get a lot of meanings from your dreams doing this. You can also request that you have another dream. If you write it, you know, in your, like if you have a dream journal, you can just ask that I have request another dream about this specific thing, that you name what it is for you. So that's something that to look into. Okay, now we're going to take a caller. Abby in Southampton.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
How can I help you?
I just wanted a real general reading, if you can, if you felt anything. I mean, I've got a lot of loved ones that have passed over.
Okay.
So I just was wondering if anything came through. I've been hunting high and low for messages, really. Yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest.
Okay, let me sit for a second and tune in and see what I can pick up for you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I feel an older lady's energy, so it could be grandma.
Okay.
Would she have worn tight curls, gray hair with tight curls, short?
Sorry, what color hair?
Like I'm seeing an older lady that has short hair, gray hair, and she has tight curls or something, you know, like really short hair, but she's done something with it. It looks like curls to me.
That sounds like my nan. She always had rollers in her hair.
Okay. And then for some reason, she's showing me her hands. They actually look quite frail to me, or just very, very thin. Would that make sense?
Oh. She has quite skinny fingers.
Yeah, okay.
And we did used to comment on that.
Okay, yeah, that's what she's showing me. So let me see what else I can pick up for you. I don't know. She's making me feel like people are coming in and out, in and out, in and out of the house. And I don't know if she would get a little aggravated by rowdy children or something like that?
That's so funny. She had a doorbell that would chime really loudly because people were always coming in and out of her home.
Oh, okay.
It was like the place to be. She would always have visitors.
Yeah, it's like the train station, kind of.
Yeah. That's what it looked like. Yeah, it was a massive bell on top of the door.
Yeah. Let's see what else. So I don't know. I'm feeling a heaviness. Like, I don't know if she had trouble getting around, but I feel like it's harder to walk. Like it's like I'm trying to lift something heavy when I walk, or something with her foot. I'm not sure. Do you know what that is?
She had quite bad feet towards the end. She used to suffer with her feet.
She used to what?
Suffer with her feet. She'd have a chiropodist come sometimes and work on her feet. She suffered quite a lot with her feet.
Yes. Okay. I don't know. She has a relative or from Scotland, but something like that is kind of bringing. I'm picking up. It feels like Scotland to me. Would you know about this?
No. Oh.
Or maybe this was a trip. Holiday. Something about a castle. It feels very old-fashioned, so it makes me feel like it was a long time ago. And it has some type of nostalgic memory for her or for somebody close to her.
I'm not too sure about that.
Okay.
Her home was very old-fashioned. She'd have the doilies. So I don't know if you know what that is, over the sofa.
Yes,
and things.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and her whole place was covered in ornaments and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's this old-fashioned feeling, but there's some type of nostalgia. It really feels like when she was a little girl is something that she would hold on to, or a memory she would hold on to and speak of a lot. But then when I talk about that, I see this visual of like a man in a kilt.
Oh, okay. I'm not too sure. I'll have to ask my mum or my dad.
Oh.
They'd probably know a bit more about that.
Okay, let me see what else I can pick up then. Somebody, either her or somebody, she's talking about either breast cancer or something in the chest. Some type of, she's just pointing to her chest. Could be heart issues. Whether this was her.
She had cancer.
Oh, okay. With chest in the chest area.
It was, yeah.
And I don't know, somebody liked to make popcorn, and she's showing me popcorn. Honestly, I don't even know if you have that there, but that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, we have popcorn. I'm not really sure. I mean, the popcorn doesn't really resonate. I mean, the boy maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's popcorn. I'm seeing something like fields of flowers as well.
Flowers?
Yeah. She's just showing the little symbols. So. Did you have any questions you wanted to ask? We have about a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it does sound like it could be my nanny Falma. I mean, what I was hoping, I was hoping to reach my brother, really, who had passed, and he passed quite young. So when you said about the young boy, I was a bit like, that may be him.
Yeah, it's possible that she was showing me. If you can contact me at my email, I'll follow up and send you a message. If you could just email me at andrea.bacon444@gmail.com, and I will send you some extended messages. Just email it to you.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sorry?
Thank you. So I really appreciate you calling in, and that's going to do it for me today. So thank you very much.
Fine, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and I'll send you a message.
Great. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. Take care.
All right, you too. All right, thank you, everybody, and be sure and check out my Instagram at Medium Andrea Bacon or my TikTok.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for Soul Tea with Marie, with Antoinette Marie. Antoinette Marie. Live from AntoinetteMarie.net.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Soul Tea with Marie
on A1R, the Ask One.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Soul Tea with Marie. I do have my special guest back, which is Denise. She's going to do another channeling for us. But first, I just want to say that you can reach me at Soul Tea with Marie on Instagram and YouTube. And to book a session, go to AntoinetteMarie.net. All right, so I just want to dive into it. I have been thinking about you all week, Denise, and I know you're going to do a channeling for us. You had mentioned that it is the 7/7 portal tomorrow, which it totally left my mind, but absolutely, that sounds wonderful. So we were doing a little chatting before the show started, but so what else besides the channeling with Lulu? Because I can feel her energy. I know she wants to speak. Just tell us a little bit else what it is. What are some of your gifts that you have?
Ooh, there's a lot. So clairtangency is the gift that allows me to go ahead and connect the channeling with the crystals. So when I touch crystals, I get the vibration, the voice of it, and it's also called psychometric. It's another word for clairtangency, clear touch, basically.
Oh.
And I'm also clairvoyant as well, and clairsentient.
Well,
sometimes clairaudient.
Let me interrupt you for one moment. Can you go back to the clair touch? So how does that work exactly?
So I've always had this ability, basically, and I rarely talk about it. But yeah, when I touch something, I can automatically read the energy signatures on it, like pens. I don't really like, when you're at the bank and you grab a pen or from the cup or whatever, and I don't really like that because I can get readings off of whoever touched it last, or like the collective of who touched that one pen last, and that energy just like stays in my body, and I have to do things to release that. So so I like to use my clairtangency in a unique and smart way to navigate life. And one of the ways that I do that is I just lean into my superpower with crystals. And that's one of the reasons.
I love that you call it that, a superpower. I love that.
Thank you. That's also one of the reasons why channeling is so fluid for me, so easy with crystals, because I just pick up on it like that when I touch them. And there are rare occasions where I just have to look at them and I can still get a download or two. But usually it works best when I am actually touching the crystal.
Oh, that is amazing. So when you touch money, do you feel the energy?
There are certain vibrations that are like not as easy for me to get an energy signature from. A lot of times, the older the item is, the stronger energy signature it has for the way that I read energy. And so for new money, it's kind of like faint, but like older money that's been, passed around and stuff, yeah, I can, pick up on that energy signature.
Oh, that's fascinating. I know you also read oracle cards, correct?
I do. And I have a multi-level way of how I do it. It's not just, shuffling the deck and then reading out. what comes up. I'm also bringing in the higher guidance. I asked permission from the other person's higher self to come in and channel through me. So it's not just using my own intuition, it's using their higher self and their guides to come in and deliver the best message possible.
Oh, that's perfect. That's how I do my readings as well. I don't usually use cards, but I've been incorporating them, the tarot and the oracle. I mix them together. But I always, it's more like an intuitive reading
Yes.
where, yeah, I have the guides and the angels. Some people come with angels. I mean, we all have a guardian angel, but some of them also, if they've been through a lot of trauma, usually they have an angel with them as well. And so I do the intuitive reading that way. I think that it's they get more out of it that way.
Yeah. And I also bring in other elements like charm casting and sacred geometry with the platonic solids.
Can you explain charm casting?
Yeah. So I have these like little, when you get charm bracelets, they have like maybe 4 or 5 different little charms that come with it. So I have a bag where I have all of them in there, and I, put my hand in the bag and I ask for what the client needs to hear most. And then I place them out and I organize them. And just by looking at them, I can like get intuitive hits as to what messages to deliver to the clients.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. It's a way of being creative as well, because I love to bring that aspect in with my work. And I'm left-handed, so it kind of requires me to be creative in a right-hander's world. So that's just one way for me to make it even more fun.
Gotcha. So you also you work with singing bowls.
I do. Show you real quick.
I
right
love
here.
singing bowl.
Yes. And this one, this is my latest.
And what do you do with them? How do you incorporate them?
So I love to work with the energy of the chakras when I do play the singing bowls. And it's a set of 7 that correspond to the 7 main chakras that we have. And depending on what the client is needing, I can navigate the energy, and the bowls actually speak to me as well. They help me to figure out the order of which bowl needs to be played first, second, third, fourth, and also get like the color images in my head, because the chakras are, color coded as well. So
Absolutely.
I'm playing and then I see the color green. And I'm like, oh, okay, go to the heart chakra, play that one. And then a few minutes later, I'll see red. Okay, let's do the root chakra bowl and ground that energy in. So it's very intuitive how I do it.
So it's almost like you're reading. How do I put this? So everything is alive, basically. It's hard to imagine, but there's energy in the desk and a mug and flowers. So it's almost like coming out of the matrix, and you realize that everything isn't really what it is. So you're actually reading everything, including the singing bowls.
Yes, exactly. And you said it perfectly, actually.
That's fascinating. I could talk to you for a long time. I know we're going to get to a channeling. Is there anything else that you want to share that is part of your gifts before we move on to Lulu?
Yeah, so I love to incorporate healing in all the offers that I have, the sound bowls, my coaching program as well, the oracle cards, and the crystal Reiki healing. And there's a theme with healing and crystals with my work, because that's just my jam. I love it so much. And they always find a way of sprinkling themselves in the different areas of my work anyway. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll open the door wide open to the mineral realm and healing. For my coaching program, it is a 6-month program, and it entitles 3 keys. The first key is know thyself. The second key is be thyself. And the third key is love thyself. And I noticed when I was on my spiritual awakening journey, those were the 3 themes that kept popping up for me. Those were the areas where life was telling me to look at. And I found that within those 3 keys, there's ascension, there's healing, there is blessings, and moving through the energy blocks, moving through the stagnation, moving through all the struggles that a spiritual awakening can come with. And I help to navigate my clients through all those hurdles and energy blocks and help release those so they can move forward with more ease, grace, and freedom in their life.
Wow. And if they want to sign up for your coaching, they can go to your website.
Yes, they can go to denisealamo.com and all the information is there for you.
Okay. All right. Well, I do not want to miss the channeling. So let's get into that before we lose all of our time. The half an hour goes so fast. It's already been 15 minutes. So
Oh,
let's
wow.
get into it. Whatever Lulu wants to tell us, I'm here for.
Awesome. Let's get started. She's saying let's go. All right. Welcome all who have gathered here tonight with us. I'm delighted for those who have returned, and I'm excited for the new ones who are catching part 2 of this interview. She's smiling. She's showing me a really big smile right now. The gateways are opening. Light codes are raining down upon the earth like never before. The energies are shifting. Some are volatile, some are peaceful. The energies are shifting out the last bits of darkness that have engulfed this planet for a very long time. We, the crystals, are here to shift that energy out and bring in the new reign of the golden age. Ascension energy is upon us. We, the crystals, are facilitating the energies, the new energies that are here for humanity. This is a special time for Mother Earth and all its inhabitants. For those who may not have known, there are crystals embedded extremely deep within the earth. These crystals are being activated daily. Hundreds and thousands of crystals in the earth that man may never see, may never dig down deep enough. These crystals are igniting the golden age. They are igniting ascension energy to unfold for all of humanity. If you are used to meditating, you can actually feel into these crystals embedded deep into the earth. We glow for you. We emit energy up to the surface of the earth. So when you step, you're activating your earth grid. You are being led and guided to higher dimensions. The energies are getting stronger. If you go barefoot and walk on the earth, chances are you can feel us. You can feel our energy connecting to you. There is nothing to fear. Tomorrow, there's a 7-7 portal. This portal is not only a gateway, it is for love to enter through, to cut through the dark, to cut through the struggles, to cut through the screams and the sirens, and to bring living light and energy, a freshness to all the living. It is a joyous occasion. We, the crystals, love helping out humanity. We are everywhere. When you think of us, we are there. When your mind is somewhere else, we are there. You're never alone. Love is always standing by. It's normal to doubt, but soon doubt will be diminished by the proof of the ascension energy and what spiritual beings are coming forth for you to assist you specifically. It could be an animal form, nature, angelic beings, birds, objects like books or cars. All of these things can be used to help you expand your well-being, expand your consciousness, raise your vibration. You are the masters. The gods, the goddesses, allow love to lift the veil for you so that you may see and experience this for yourself. You, listeners, are not insignificant. You are not alone in this. The golden age is being experienced in waves, and not everybody is waking up at the same time. It is important to remember grace, to extend grace to those who are behind you. Allow love to lead the way. Dear listeners, ride the wave of this new ascension, this new portal, this new energy. Give yourself permission to smile because it gets better. It gets better. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That was beautiful. May I ask Lulu a question?
Yes.
She had said that we can call upon her, that she's everywhere. Are you a direct link to the creator source?
Yes, very much so. I have come here with purpose. It is no mistake that I was found at a store without a label. No one knows where I came from. It's a divine plan, it's a divine timing. It's the higher power's plan. Wow.
When she had talked about higher dimensions, can she dive a little bit more into what those dimensions are?
She is showing me the number 7. 7th dimension, 8th dimension, 9th dimension. 7th, 8th, and 9th specifically is what she was showing me. Yeah, crystals are multidimensional.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They don't just reside in 3D, they are, they go higher as well.
And what are the dimensions? What is 7th, 8th, and 9th?
Seventh, 8th, and 9th dimensions are the highest beings usually reside there. The energy of gold, the frequency of gold, also goes in and out of those higher dimensions. It is angelic. There's also celestial, cosmic. And she's giving me the word realign. Yeah. Yeah, I keep seeing the word realign as well. She's giving me like mystic beings, mystic realms, mystic type of energy for the 7th, 8th, and 9th dimensions.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so much to take in.
Yes. She goes really, really high.
I would imagine she must be, she might even go the whole way to source, to the beginning over the end, however that works. It sounds like she's even from, well, we're all from source, but she has more of a direct connection, almost like the angels or some of the celestial beings. But talking about the mystic beings, creatures, I could talk to you for hours. We are almost out of time, believe it or not. It's already been 30 minutes. I want to make sure that everyone knows where to find you, to hear your channeling.
Yes. So I am actually working on a part of my website where I will be incorporating, excuse me, I will be incorporating Lulu and her channelings. And also, for the time being, you guys can go to my Instagram, Making Life Golden, and I have a crystal series called Unearthed, where I've channeled different crystals and their messages. So in the meantime, you guys can go check that out. And you can also sign up for my email list at denisealamo.com for updates and anything that's new, any type of events that we have going on. So yeah, we'd love to see you over there.
I love it. I love it. And I would love to have you. I do this, but I also have my YouTube channel, and I would love to have you on there and do an hour just to dive really deep into this. So if anybody's listening and you want to find us there, I am going to talk her into doing it. But thank you so much, Denise. This was lovely having you for the past 2 weeks. It's just beautiful. There's no words.
Thank you so much.
I received so many emails from people saying how much they loved hearing from you.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Soul Tea with Marie, with Antoinette Marie. Live from AntoinetteMarie.net.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Soul Tea with Marie
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Soul Tea with Marie. I do have a special guest tonight, Denise, but I just want to go over just to let everyone know to reach me. You can find me at Instagram at Soul Tea with Marie or Facebook. And my webpage is AntoinetteMarie.net. So if you want to book any sessions or read my blog or anything like that, please go there. But I have a very, very special guest tonight. I can't tell you how excited I am to talk to Denise. She has so many gifts, and one in particular that I am anxious to share with everyone. So she does sound bath, she does Reiki, she does Oracle, she does channeling, but I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about herself. Go ahead, Denise.
Hello, everybody. I'm Denise, and this, my co-host, is Lulu. She is a 4.5-pound rose quartz that I acquired, and she has been gracious enough to work with me and my clairtangency gift in channeling messages to you guys. So that's what I'll be doing tonight.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your crystal. Well, let's start with your channeling. How did you know that you were a channeler? How did you get into that? How did it come to you?
So it started when I was a teenager, and the family cat had just died, And I remember sitting down at the dinner table trying to process everything that had happened. And all of a sudden, I hear this voice in my head. And intuitively, I knew that it was my cat that had just passed. And I'm channeling her voice. She sounded like a human voice. It wasn't a bunch of meows or anything weird like that. But yeah, it just kind of flowed as his voice in my head. And it was such a familiar type of energy. And I was asking questions for clarity. And she was like, yes, this is Cleo the cat. This is me speaking to you. I've crossed over and I want to let you know that I'm okay. And ever since then, this gift just started to open up for me. And the more that I worked with crystal energy, the more I found that that gift would just expand. And so here I am today, being able to channel crystal messages. And Lulu, I have a bunch of crystals, but Lulu is the one that has really stepped forth in providing messages from the mineral realm.
I just want to go back for a moment when you said that your cat had come through to you. That was the first time a spirit had come through to you?
Yes, as far as I can remember.
So how did you know how did you come to believe that that was your cat? How did you just accept it?
It was, the energy of it was very familiar. And the certain questions that I asked for clarity, she would know. Like nobody else would know that but Cleo. So all of that just guided me into trusting this gift and believing that, hey, this is something really special and I can develop that if I chose to. And I did. So
from hearing Cleo, then you went on to hear other spirits?
It has translated into other beings, but the strongest one is crystal energy.
And how did you, so I just have a lot of questions. How did you realize that crystals were actually vibrating and able to communicate with you?
So I would go to crystal shops often, and whatever caught my eye, I would pick it up. And I just hold it in my hand and connect with the vibration of it. And the vibration of the crystal energy translated into the voices in my head. And I knew that it was only the crystal and no other voices. And it's something that when I connect with the energy, I just know that it is the voice of the crystal.
Oh, that's fascinating. Okay. And how did Lulu, so this is Lulu, correct?
Yes, this is Lulu right here. Lulu Rose Quartz.
And how did she come to be? How did she come to you?
So I was actually shopping in a home goods store, and they had this one shelf that had a few random crystals on it. And I always like to go find them and, say hello, maybe do a little Reiki if I'm led to, because they're usually neglected and, left to collect dust. But people like me, they're kind of woo-woo, I like to go out and I seek them. Sometimes they call me with their energy, like, hey, I'm over here. And I'll be guided to go to a certain section in the store. And sure enough, there are crystals there. So in her story, I went over to the shelf that I saw crystals at. I'm like, hey guys, how are you? Who wants a little bit of Reiki? And so I spend some time with them. And then I went to different parts of the store. And
so you actually do Reiki on the crystals?
Yes, if they want that, I ask first. And I was about to leave the store, and then something told me, go back to that shelf with the crystals on it. And so I went there, and the shelf right above me, like it was above eye level, she was there. And I kid you not, she was not there the first time I went. to that aisle because I remember every single crystal that I said hello to and gave a little bit of Reiki to, she was not there. So
You
I
would
would
go to
give
her
that.
too. She's not small.
No, she's not.
Here I am.
It's bigger than like, this both palms together. And when I picked her up, I could just feel her saying, "Hey, take me home. I want to get out of here." And so, and she wasn't marked. She didn't have a price tag on her or anything. And I'm like, okay, let me take her to the register, tell the guy, "Hey, I found this quartz crystal and she's not labeled." And it took about like 5 or 10 minutes for the guy to figure out how much should we charge. And he's like, okay, $20. He just kind of gave up because it wasn't in the books. No, There was no record of her. Like, he didn't know where she came from. And so he's like, okay, $20. I'm like, perfect, here you go. And I'm walking out with her and I just start feeling really good. Like, she's like giving me really good energy. And I make it to the car. I put her on my lap because I didn't want her to be put in a plastic bag. That just didn't feel right to me. So I'm walking out with her in my hand and I put her on my lap and I'm getting the seatbelt on. And all of a sudden, I hear this really loud voice in my head that says, "Hi, I'm Lulu." And it was so loud. I thought like a little kid like ran next to the window and was like, "Hi, I'm Lulu." No, I looked down on my lap where I put her. It was her. She introduced herself in such a joyful, childlike way. It was undeniable that it was definitely her voice speaking to me at that time. And ever since then, I've been working with her to bring out the crystal messages. And on my Instagram, I have a crystal series called Unearthed, where I channel messages from different crystals each month.
All right. Has she told you where she's from?
She has not told me where she's from yet. And because there was no label on her, I don't know.
And has she said who she is exactly? Or does she just come as the crystal?
She comes as the crystal and she named herself Lulu. And so, yeah, sometimes crystals, they do talk, but not like a lot. It's like random here and there. Her, she's, when you start feeling into her energy, you can't help but like get involved, get immersed in her crystalline energy. And it's so powerful and so invigorating. And she's not like other crystals that I have channeled. She's something really, really special.
I can feel her energy over here. I believe she would like to do some channeling.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'll give you a few moments or a few minutes, however you need to, whatever you need to do to get prepared, and we'll go from there.
All right, I'm getting a little bit of water. Hello, hello everyone. I'm Lulu, the Rose Quartz. I am excited to speak with you all today. Right now, I am transmitting the energy of crystalline love to everyone that is participating and hearing these words. There is a mild and gentle activation on your heart space. I'm tuning into it right now. If you feel led, relax and breathe and feel this love transmission directly in your heart space right now. The energy of love is powerful enough to transform anything. Rose quartz carries the vibration of love. You can view rose quartz crystals as solid love. We, the crystals, are here to help illuminate and vibrate the energies of humanity right now. We are built for the age of enlightenment. We are built to bring in love. Love that will transmute negative energy. Love that will melt heart blockages. It is easy for us to transmute this dark energy for you all. The crystals are here right now to help you reach a new level of your humanity. Love is here now to transmute, transform, and to elevate your consciousness. We work together in all types of situations to bring forth a new level of grace, a new level of love, a new level where humanity is steeped in love. And it's easy. It's easy to extend love. It's easy to extend grace. The crystals love doing this. We are always stable in our energy. We will always emit the highest vibration for the good of everyone. We are here to help transmute the darkness into light on your behalf. Crystals will help pave the way to the dawn of the golden age. We are thousands and thousands of years old. There is something about this time, this wave of energy and history that is not like any other that we have faced. We are boring a hole of love directly into the heart center of man. We see what you go through. We have heard your cries. And we, the crystal, are answering. We, the crystals, are here to support you, to bring massive waves of love and light energy into your environments. We do that the best, with ease. A new wave of love is in the earth now. New shifts, new changes, new waves of activations are upon everyone at this time. To understand with the mind will only bring confusion, for it is the heart that understands. It is the heart that knows. Allow this energy to help you rise, to help you open up your heart, to help you ascend into the waves of the gold, into the waves of the higher frequencies. Allow love to transmute what no longer serves you. Allow the crystals to assist you at this time. It may not look like much love is circling the planet at this time. But love can be felt, sought from the heart space, even though things look dark, things look scary, things are in a flux right now. But in between all of that, there is love. There is higher vibration that may or may not be felt, seen, recorded, but we are here to assist humanity now. We will assist you. We will help you. Love will be thy guide. Just breathe it in. Thank you. Okay.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Of course.
Mm.
And Lulu, thanks you too.
Oh, that leaves me just leaves me speechless. Wow, that was. Whew.
Yeah, I'm kind of teary-eyed right now. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, yeah.
That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Well, where can we find you? What tell us about a little bit more about where you are and where you do your channeling.
So right now I have an online business and I offer several different things. You can go to denisealamo.com to visit my page, learn a little bit more about me and all the different offers that I have there. And I recently made a ebook, and if you sign up for my email list, this is something that you'll get as a free offer, Love Thyself. And this ebook, I made it with, I channeled messages from Lulu. And so I took the first chapter and she has the second chapter here. I don't know if that's showing that well on the screen. But yeah.
So those are her words.
Yes, these are two special channel messages from Lulu Rose Quartz.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was very excited to do this, and she actually gave me, well, one of my friends gave me the idea, oh, you should do an ebook. And she jumped at the chance. Lulu jumped to put her words of wisdom into this ebook. So it's something really, really special. And it helps if you are on your spiritual awakening journey, if you're on your self-love journey, if you don't know where to start, but you have this like calling, like, I want to heal my heart. I want to ascend. Like, how do I do that? This ebook will help you get started. And even if you've been started, for a little bit and you keep getting caught up in this and that, this ebook has some really great information to help you get unstuck, to help you connect to your higher self, and to connect with higher love.
When you were doing the channeling, I was wondering if she is part of the ascension. And it was almost as if she heard my thoughts, because within probably 30 seconds, you mentioned it she mentioned it in the channeling. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't sure about that. So crystals, I didn't realize they were part of our ascension, part of us going to the next level.
Yes, crystals enjoy helping humanity. And each crystal has their own like specific energy and specific role that they love to take on. So they're absolutely built for this. And they're definitely built for this time right now. With so many shifts, so many changes going on. And sometimes you need a little bit of support. And the Mineral Kingdom is definitely here to assist. It's one of the things that they do best.
What does Lulu think of the chakras, especially the heart chakra? Or all of them?
She says the heart chakra is a gateway. It's a gateway for ascension, a gateway for growth, gateway for love. And it's about opening the heart to allow love in. Yeah, that's what she's saying.
This is amazing to me. What are her thoughts on unconditional love and where the world is today?
Unconditional love is huge right now. There is a massive wave of awakening with unconditional love as its leader. As it bores into the holes that humanity has been dealing with and suffering with, unconditional love releases what has been bound and chained for so long that it's been forgotten. It's been here, but most people cannot see it. Most people are having issues allowing unconditional love in their lives. They're having issues believing in unconditional love.
Thank you, Lulu. Our time is almost up. I would love to have you back next week if you would like to join us. I asked you about other things that you do, like sound bath, Reiki, and please bring Lulu back. We will ask her a few more questions. But thank you so much for sharing these words with us and your gift. And one more time, where can we find you?
So you can head on over to denisealamo.com and all the information is there for you.
Okay. And you're also on Instagram as well.
Yes. At Making Life Golden.
Perfect. Thank you. And thank you everyone for watching and joining us tonight. Namaste.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Understanding Spirit
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Understanding Spirit. Thank you for joining me today. I want to take the opportunity to, first of all, thank A1R Radio and Moonstruck TV for giving me the opportunity to reach out to people who maybe can't get these kind of lessons or don't know where to find somebody that can help them learn and develop their psychic mediumship abilities. This week, I have had a lot of readings where there are a lot of people struggling with relationships that are estranged, a lot of mother-daughter relationships, parents and their children, friendships, and there are a lot of people struggling. And my guide today was really pushing for me to help you all out with what we're calling a psychic conversation. Now, this is for people who are in the living, all right? So this is to be tuned into them. It's not if somebody has passed away and you have unresolved issues. That could be that you had before they passed. Okay, this is for people that are alive today, that are in our family friendship groups that we're disconnected from and that we are struggling with at the moment. Okay, so this is the same way that we manifest for, like a job we want, or a desired income, or a relationship. It works a little bit kind of the same way. Okay, but with this, what we're going to do is it's an exercise to just tune in energetically to that person that you want to reach out for. It's not a platform to judge or condone, or to say, why didn't you listen to me, or anything like that. It is purely to connect without judgment and just to be heard energetically. All right. So it's a very powerful exercise. You can do it as often as you would like. If you are a parent and you were used to contacting your child every day or once a week or whatever, you can do it as often as what was comfortable for you, okay, when the relationship was doing well. All right. This is a way for you to make yourself heard beyond the ego, beyond the mind that we control. Okay, so it's tuning in differently. You do not need to be a psychic medium to do this. All right, it's just purely putting out that thought, all right, to the person that you want to heal a relationship with, okay, where maybe you didn't have the opportunity to be heard, or you just couldn't find the words at the time. You felt you weren't strong enough to take that challenge on. Okay, so the first thing you really need to do, I guess, is forgive yourself, all right, for your part in anything. We're human. It's a human experience. There are lessons along the way. This is part of healing. Any karmic lessons, any soul lessons. Aside from being a psychic medium, I'm also a spirit and soul teacher, counselor. So I do find these things important. So we're just going to address and do a little exercise for you that you can do anytime. The first two things that you need to do is, first of all, you need to think about what you want to say. Okay, that's the first thing. So already have that worked out in your mind. Remember, be gentle, be kind. It's just to give your side of the story gently. Okay. And the other thing is to just work out whether you're going to sit with your eyes closed or lie down with your eyes closed. If you're like me and you sleep as soon as you close your eyes, then please sit. Don't lie down. And then we're just going to work out where you would like to meet. So it's just a visualization, and you're putting it out there the same way you wish to manifest something. Okay, it will work exactly the same way, but it's to provide healing for a relationship that is currently not working. Okay, so I still need you to just close your eyes. Whenever you're working energetically, you still need to protect yourself. So I still want you to, as you close your eyes, I want you to visualize a white ribbon of light wrapping around you from head to toe. I want you to visualize a white bubble of light coming and surrounding you, seeing yourself in this bubble of light, being happy, feeling safe. Now I want you to visualize the person that you want to heal with. And I want you to visualize them coming towards you, making contact with them. Invite them to meet you at a place that is comforting for both of you. It can be a place that you used to go to. It can be a place that is completely different that you know they would like. Somewhere where you can communicate with them and relax without any interruptions. Visualize yourself with that person. Imagine them arriving. Both of you are sitting down. I want you to visualize everything in your mind's eye right now. Use this as the opportunity to heal the situation. I want you to express yourself through your heart. Tell them all the things you didn't get a chance to tell them, or you couldn't tell them for whatever reason, whether you didn't have clarity on the situation or you were scared. You have the opportunity to do it now. I want you to visualize them, see them listening to you. They're hearing every single word that you say. They're listening to you without judgment and without interruption. Set your intention very clearly about what you would like the outcome to be. What would you like to happen after this meeting and this conversation? Take your time with it. You don't need to rush. When you feel ready, you can thank them for coming. And as you disconnect with their energy, I want you to send them in love and light. Send them on their journey without any judgment. It's very important as you see them moving away that you still sit there with your eyes closed and just reflect and acknowledge everything that just happened. How are you feeling emotionally while you were speaking to them? How did your body feel? How was your body reacting while you were expressing yourself? Do you feel lighter for having done this exercise today? Do you feel like you've set yourself free to a certain extent by doing this exercise today? Has this exercise given you any inner peace? Reflect on all of that and know that you can do this anytime that you want. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Now, as usual, as I say every week when we're doing a meditation or an exercise, you take longer. I have to work through it faster because I'm dealing with a time frame. But when you're doing it on your own, you can take as long as you want with it, okay? Sometimes there's a lot to unpack if there's a lot of issues, so you can address one at a time and just work through it at your own pace. It can be very challenging, so don't put pressure on yourself, all right? If you feel like you're going to have a cry, that's fine. That's part of the healing process. If it makes you emotional and you are releasing, that's fantastic as well. All right. Don't put any restrictions or judge yourself for that. All right. Before I started today, I was just shuffling my cards. I was just using the Rider-Waite deck, my very worn Rider-Waite deck, and this card flew out of the deck. And it's the Wheel of Fortune. And when I asked my guide why she's pulled this one out, she told me it's a message for everyone to stop being stagnant, to keep the flow going, to keep putting positive energy out there, to mend and heal and vibrate higher. Receive your messages intuitively from spirit. It doesn't matter if you're not a psychic medium, you still have intuition. All right. It's the gift that we've all been given. So keep working on yourself and make yourself a better version of you. Okay. So remember, smile, be happy. You never know when anyone's going to need that beautiful smile from you. Okay. So take care until I see you all and work with you all next week. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for the Wendy McCallum Show with Wendy McCallum. Wendy McCallum. Live from divineintuition.co.uk.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is the Wendy McCallum Show
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening and welcome. Hello, my name is Wendy McCallum. I'm a psychic medium from Camberley, Surrey. Originally from Scotland, so you'll hear a little bit of an accent there. And you're watching A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. How's your week been? It's been so hot here in the UK. So yeah, and do you know what? It just seems like the week has just gone in a blink of an eye and we're back here again. So the energy is really, really fast paced at the moment. I hope you're finding that. So we normally start off my show. My lovely dad in Scotland gives me a little bit of a fun fact from where I come from. So this week he told me that William Wallace's dad actually lived in a castle in Kilmarnock. Now, William Wallace, you probably remember Braveheart, and Mel Gibson played him in Braveheart, and he was one of the first main leaders during the First War of Scottish independence. So there you go, there's your little fact for this week. So as I say, thank you for joining us. I'm looking at the energy, I'm feeling the energy, and I've been feeling what's going on this week. So how have you been feeling? Because I don't know about you, I've been a bit out of sorts. I've been a bit tired, a bit lethargic, a bit meh. You know, like when you just don't have that energy in you. So let me explain something to you. We are going through a bit of a vibrational shift, shall we say. You know, we're going through an ascension process. So it might be a spiritual awakening, or it might be some sort of ascension, okay? And when you go through this, or when you start through this, it can be really quite, I don't know, you just feel really out of sorts. So as I say, you might feel low, you might feel sad, you might have found that you've been crying. You might feel really fatigued, you could be tired. Another thing that you really get that I've noticed is a sense of you don't belong and you want to go home, but you don't know where home is, you know. And, you know, you might have neck pain. I've been suffering with a lot of tension or pain in the back of your neck and lots of headaches. And it's really difficult because you don't understand what's going on, and there is so many symptoms indicative to this. You know, you can get upset tummies, memory loss, irritability, hot flushes, you know, almost like menopausal symptoms as well. So God love you if you're a bit like myself, you get through the menopause and top of these vibrational shifts, it can be pretty hard. Ascension, what is ascension? You know, ascension is like stepping into a higher level of awareness or a higher level of consciousness. And in order to get there, we've kind of got to shed the ego a bit. And it's about gaining control of the future through consciousness, okay? So the Earth itself has gone through a bit of a historic shift in vibration. So as the Earth goes through that vibration, so do we. Some feel it more than others. We've got the sensitives, the intuitives, we call them HSPs, which is highly sensitive people, you know, and they tended to be the leaders of the herd back in the day of Stone Age, cavemen, whatever. But we are spiritual beings, and we all operate on vibration, energy, or frequency. And we're moving really from a 3D dimension or a 3D reality into a 5D reality. Now, I'm not going to get too woo-woo on you because I think sometimes it's just all a bit too much, yeah. But basically, the third dimension, or the third dimension, is the physical world, this world here that we live in, okay? And the fifth dimension is a non-physical world. So that's about a level of consciousness that can only really be experienced by awakening spiritually. So for ascension to occur, we have to undergo, like going through the shadow. And for me, that's about shedding the lower frequencies to allow for that spiritual awakening. Okay, so the lower frequencies, and I'm not talking about anything negative, is sadness, grief, loss. The higher frequencies is love, abundance, gratitude. And we've got to go through this process of kind of letting go of things that don't serve us for our highest good. And baggage, the emotional and baggage, physical baggage that we've been carrying through life as we go, you know, we've all got the potential to have a wonderful future for us. But we need to understand that we need to let go of these limiting beliefs that we create in our mind that'll stop us from experiencing that. So I thought I would talk you through a little bit of a meditation, if that's okay with you, just to help you release some of this and move forward a little bit, you know, so that you can embrace the things that you want. I don't know if you notice, I'm sitting here and I'm holding this lovely quartz crystal. So that's sending out this lovely healing energy. And I've also got some amethyst and some rose as well, sitting with us to heal it at. Now, I've got some lovely tuning forks. When I was in hospital, when I was a bit poorly, the spirit world came really, really close to me and told me about the importance of sound and sound frequency. So I've been doing a lot of work since I got out of hospital, learning about sound frequency. So this one here is 174 hertz. And 174 is about relieving pain, tension. It's like the Om, it's like a reset, yeah. It helps with migraines, neck pains, and it promotes and encourages the feeling of being safe and feeling loved. And it also brings forth courage and to help you heal. So that's that one. This is 396. 396 is about releasing fear and guilt. And it's connected to the root chakra. And the root chakra, as you probably know, is about survival, how you survive in the physical world. And this one helps with fear, anxiety, and safety. Okay. This one's 417, and it releases negativity and past trauma. And it's connected to the sacral chakra, which these are great for manifesting. And the sacral chakra is all about your creativity. So I am going to, if you just want to take a little moment, center yourself and just quieten your mind and just close your eyes. And in your mind, repeat after me. I now clear any blocks stopping me connecting to the divine, receiving divine guidance, intuition, and wisdom. Third eye. I now clear any negative cords or attachments that do not serve for my highest good, that are draining me of my vitality and accessing higher consciousness. Ears. I am now clearing all the negative energy I absorbed through sound, through talking and listening to other people. Throat. I now clear any blocks or negative energy from preventing me speaking and expressing my truth. The heart center. I now clear and release any energy that is stopping or blocking me from giving and receiving love, joy, and building meaningful relationships. The solar plexus. I now clear any energy blocking me from standing in my power, from owning my space and being confident. The sacral center. I now clear any energy or blocks stopping me from exploring and expressing my creativity and my desires. The root center. I now clear any blocks preventing me from experiencing abundance and from being grounded. Namaste. Thank you for listening to me this evening, and please replay this over and over again. Play it every day for the next week or so, and I guarantee you'll start feeling so much better. You'll feel much lighter, you'll feel lifted, and visualizing that energy just dropping away that no longer serves for your highest good. Thank you so much for being with me this evening. My name's Wendy McCallum. You can book a reading with me at divineintuition.co.uk, and have a wonderful week.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Julie Yeager-Walker. Live from Wings of Souls with Julie.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Your Time to Shine
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. I am so happy that you are here with me this evening. I hope you are all doing well. I hope you enjoyed the celebration of 4th of July, Independence Day in America, or Canada Day. I hope all of you enjoyed whatever it was that you were doing this weekend. So I want to know out there from you all, I wish I could see your hands. How many of you were feeling the effects of the super full moon this weekend? So I had forgotten about it actually until it was done and over, and I was having a tough weekend. I just felt like there was something going on, something was coming, something was off, and I kept using all my tools. Nope, return to sender, not mine, return to sender, not mine. And I just had this feeling. I just kept feeling, something going on. And so Monday, I happened to be looking at Facebook, and I am connected with Deborah Silverman, and she's an amazing astrologer that I have had the pleasure of working with a little bit and meeting in person, actually. And I came across a post that she had done, and it just resonated with me. And this feeling is still kind of sticky with me, even through today. This feeling of, something's coming, something's off. What is it? It just, it's exciting, but it's off. It doesn't feel right. It's like all of these things kind of tied up in one. And what is going on in, astrology is that there's big shifts and big changes. And it doesn't matter where we're at. It doesn't matter, where we live on planet Earth. We're all feeling it. And it was very interesting. Her post said these exact same things that I was feeling. And it said, she said, it's hard to put your finger on it. Just know that you're right. Something's coming, and thinking something is off. However, she says, announcement, nothing is wrong. So it's about us trying to navigate this new energy that is coming through and keeping our nervous system in check, and using our spiritual tools, using our knowledge to help us get through this time. And I know for the last 2 days, I've been hearing my dad whisper in my ear, stay in your lane, stay in your lane. Okay, yep, I get it, because I was telling my husband this evening, there were a few times in the last couple of days, I did not want to stay in my lane. And I just kept hearing, stay in your lane, stay in your lane. Just keep working on your stuff, not anybody else's. And so I thought it was just perfect with everything that was going on in the cosmos, everything that I was feeling. And I'm sure many of you out there as well are feeling the same things. So if you're feeling a little bit out of your comfort zone, if you feel like there's something coming and you don't know what that is, something's coming. It's a shift. It's a change for all of us, but there's really nothing wrong per se. And so it's about whatever it is that we can do to calm our bodies, calm our minds and stay, within ourselves, self-soothe, right? I found myself today many times having to get up and walk away from what I was doing just to change my mindset and remember, stay in my lane, stay in my lane. And sometimes that's what we have to do. We have to stay in our lane. We have to stay in check. And, sometimes we need to shift up our routine a little bit and give ourselves a little bit of space to do something different. In fact, one of the things that Deborah Silverman was saying in her post was that she was making it a point right now during this time to watch the sunset. And if she missed the sunset, she would get up in the morning and she would see the sun rise, right? It was a little shift on her day, being able for her to ground in what she was needing to do for herself and for herself, self-care. That was her way of doing it. For me, it was about changing my scenery. It was getting up, moving, putting movement into what I was needing to do and remembering to stay in my lane. That was the biggest message I've gotten in the last couple of days, and so appropriate. So whatever you need to do out there, remember that the shifts are tough, but we're all going to get through it and come out better on the other side. Just remember all your tools, right? Remembering, who are you feeling? Besides the entire cosmos, who are you feeling? And returning that back to sender. Getting your nervous systems to calm down. Again, I love to use the figure 8 method to do my calming and to get my nervous system back in alignment. Maybe for you, that's getting out and taking a walk in nature, hugging a tree. That's another one that does it really. It's really great for me, just to give a big old tree a hug. And feel the energy and the life force running through it. So whatever that is for you to be in your comfort zone and to take care of you, do that right now. And remember, stay in your lane. And things will level out eventually here, and then we'll all get back on track. But the little shifts or the big shifts, we're starting to feel those, and they're going to be great shifts, but still they're shifts, and for us humans, that is a little bit hard to do. So stay in your lane. Keep hearing my dad, stay in your lane. Oh, anyway, I hope that was helpful for you. I know it was helpful for me when I saw it. It made me at least think I wasn't crazy. There was a reason for why I was feeling the way I was. All right, we are going to go to the phone lines right now. We have Johnny in Norco, California. Good evening and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Hello?
I'm sorry, I muted myself. I was trying to turn the volume up and I muted myself.
Oh, it's okay.
What can I do for you this evening?
If possible, I would like to do a mediumship.
Okay. Do you have a specific question or something that you would like me to focus on?
No, I just would like to connect, if anything.
Okay. Perfect. All right. There's just going to be a couple minutes of silence as I tune in to see what messages are going to come in for you. So while I do that, a little moment of silence, and then I'll be right back with you, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm trying to understand the meaning behind the vision that I've been shown. It's almost like from my childhood, I remember I think it was a commercial of a young girl holding a basket, and she's, as she's walking along, she's stringing the flowers, she's dropping the flowers, and she is singing, and she's happy, and she's in her own little world. Um, it feels like there's a lot of fairy energy along with that, but it's like you're just going about your day, you're singing, and you're throwing down the flowers, and you're planting your roots, and you are taking in nature, and you are taking in all of the elemental worlds of the fairies, and all of the other elementals that are coming into your way, crossing your path, so to speak. And so it's for me, what that is saying is that it's just this vision of going along your merry way, right? And looking at life and taking it all in, and really enjoying the cultivation of your what do I want to say, the reaping of your efforts, so to speak. It's like you're finally cultivating those now, and it's like everything that you have been planting, everything that you've been reaping is now here and available to you.
Yes,
Does that resonate with you?
it sure does.
Okay. I have to ask, because that vision was very, very clear. Does that vision mean something for you? I've given you the interpretation of, of what it is, but I feel like for you that there's meaning behind that vision that I just explained.
Maybe just me wanting to be like on the right path and feeling happy.
Okay.
And I'm starting to finally feel that.
Okay. Awesome. I love it. I love it. So what they're showing me is just like, it's like a continuation of that. So everything that you have been manifesting, all the seeds that you've been planting are now starting to sprout and now coming into it. And you're physically seeing those results, which, makes it even better, right? I mean, you can see, when you plant a flower, you get the little sprout and you're like, oh, that's so exciting. But when it actually turns into a full-fledged flower, right? And you're seeing it grow day by day by day, it's a very exciting thing. And it feels like that's where you are in your life. You're seeing this little seed sprout, and it's growing, and every day it's changing and blossoming and flowering. And that's just a very exciting moment for you to have. So knowing that you are on that right path, right? That everything that you've been doing is now coming to fruition, and just knowing that you are on that right path.
It's good to finally have some direction.
Yes. Yes. So I heard that you've been feeling a little salty lately.
Salty?
Salty.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, that that you've just I don't know if it's you've had a way about you or there's something, but yeah, the word you're a little salty this week has it's coming through. Spirit has a sense of humor, no doubt. So they're bringing up the light worker in you. Are you working on a business right now? Or creating
No, but
a
I'm in the process of trying to find where I want to go with my career or work or anything.
Okay. So what they're showing me is almost a new career path, a new, like starting a new business, and being in that realm of the spirituality, being in the realm of that light worker. And what they've been showing me is that they've been dropping little hints for you to look at a few options.
Okay.
At what you can do. I'm looking to see what they have to say around that. I keep hearing, well, so now they're taking me off a little bit different path. I keep hearing the word nursing. Are you currently in the medical field or nursing or?
I'm not currently, nothing like that. I don't think I would be brave just 'cause I have a weak stomach to certain things.
Me too. It's that piece of it. It's that caregiver piece, right? Of being in that space of caring for somebody, for working with them, in that realm. Is that something that you're looking at doing?
It's funny because I just recently signed up for this app that you kind of go and help old people do tasks, and it's called Papa. So that must be what.
Yep.
What they're talking about.
Yes. It's that helping hand. It's that. So now they're bringing me kind of full circle with the light worker, right? It's getting out into that community and being that person, being that that caregiver, that helper, right? Being somebody's bright light during the day. And so this is what you're doing is a little bit of an offshoot from that piece of it. They're saying that you're going to be really amazing at that. You have a lot of patience, and you have a very technical mind, so you can help solve problems for people, right? Even the very basic or simple, or what may seem simple for you and maybe harder for others. But your mind will get in there and be able to dissect everything, like all the little pieces, so that it's like a puzzle and you can put it together for them, right? And so that's what this piece is going to bring to you. It's going to bring you a lot of joy and almost this lightness or this freedom, right? Because you're essentially giving back, right? You're giving back to your community. You're giving back to people around you. And therefore, that light worker piece.
Okay.
So I'm also being shown that you can sense or maybe even physically see with your own eyes people's auras.
I don't know if it's necessarily see, but sense. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, I've always kind of had like a way of filling people out really well.
Okay.
Or reading them, I would say.
Yeah, right. What they're showing me is that you're actually reading their auras.
Okay.
You're sensing, and essentially that's just sensing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Emotions, right? But it goes a little
Yes.
bit deeper than just sensing an emotion, because there's a reason behind that emotion, and you're able to see what that is by reading their auras. So you might start looking into what the different color of auras mean. And because I think that's going to help you when you're reading people, right? When you are looking to see what you can do to help and to assist, it's going to give you a really clear insight to how they're feeling, what they're going through in that day, in that moment. And it's going to be able to help you assist with them a lot easier.
Okay.
Okay. They're showing me too that once you start down that path, that you can actually do some aura healing for people, whether that be like physically, like, having them be in front of you and working the energy of their aura and healing it and clearing it. And because our auras will get little tears and little pinholes and things like that. And so by healing the aura, you can change what's going on with that person, right? It's a kind of a healing modality. So I'm being shown that down the road that will actually just come naturally to you, that you can help people in that way as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. Your world is really starting to open up and to shift for you and change for you, where you can see things in a different light, at a different angle, where you may not have been able to see that before.
Yeah.
And as you're growing and you're shifting and you're changing, all of these other things are coming along for the ride, so to speak.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
I'm headed
amazing
in my
to
right
me.
direction.
Yes, you are headed in the right direction. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Good news, because I need to. I need it.
A little shift is what we all need once in a while. A little boost.
That's great. Oh.
Let me see what else. Unless you have another question, I was going to see what else they had to say.
What is it looking like for me getting a place very soon or anytime soon?
So a move. Okay. So what I'm being shown is it's coming, but it's taking a little bit of time to put all the necessary pieces and people in alignment to get that where you need it to be. They're saying have just a little bit more patience because it's coming, and it's going to be a wonderful transition for you.
Okay.
It's almost like what they're showing me is that you're going to get out and you're going to start working with this app, and you're going to start working with people in your community. And then as that happens, then that door for your move is going to open up for you. I'm not sure if you're going to meet somebody.
It's going to be a huge blessing.
Yeah. And I don't know if you're going to meet somebody when you are doing this who knows somebody. But they're just showing me that as you do this, the door's going to open.
Awesome.
Okay. It's going to be a really beautiful, energetically, it's going to be a beautiful space for you. Like I'm seeing you setting up a space that almost like a personal altar or a personal space, even if it's in a little corner, but it is that special space that you go to when you need that spiritual lift. It's almost like they're showing me that there could be a portal, a positive portal in that portion of your house. But I mean, the energy around it is very beautiful. It's very soft. It's very inviting. So I think that it's going to just be something really wonderful for you when you finally get moved in.
I can't wait.
It sounds
I
amazing.
cannot wait. I just got to keep my patience.
Yeah, that's the hard part, right?
Yeah,
that's the hard part. Yeah.
Be patient and hoping that it's all going to fall. It will, because it always does, but it's just the patience part that I have to just keep.
Right. And I'm hearing trust. Trust that it's going to happen.
Trust?
Yes.
Trust the process.
Yes. It is a process. It is. Well, we are coming down to the last few seconds of our show. So I want to say thank you so much for calling in this evening. And it's been wonderful speaking with you. Hope this has been helpful.
Thank you so much. And I had a wonderful time, and I am so thankful to be on here. So you have a lovely evening.
Thank you. You as well.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that does it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you'd like to get in touch with me to have a personal one-on-one reading, I actually am taking in-home readings now. I'm doing them out of my home as well as virtual. So if you would like to get in touch with me and have a personal reading, please reach out to me on my website at wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Or you can reach out to me on my Facebook pages, Your Time to Shine and Julie Yeager Walker Medium. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and we will see you next week.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDSPsychicParties.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Astrology and Psychic Reading
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Psychic and Astrology Readings with Lady D. So I'm your host here with Lady D. I hope you've all had a wonderful week. It's been an interesting week for myself. I'm very busy. So with the planets, what we've got going on this week, we do have a lot going on. everybody. Welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings, Lady D. So I'm your host for this show, Lady D. We've had an interesting week that's been ahead, and we're coming up with another, we're saying an interesting week with the astrology. We do have this week, we do have Pluto that's going to be making angles with the nodes, and nodes are getting ready in the next couple of weeks, a week or so, to shift in different signs. So this is going to be a bit of change in so your destiny, or change in your path, or change in some sort of like lesson here that's coming up. We've also got Mercury too. It's going to be making these angles with the nodes as well, and this is going to indicate that you're thinking of going, or you're thinking of your heading, or life lessons, or life itself. We've still got this Mercury that's in Cancer. So we are thinking about more about the home and home situations, and family, wanting those things, areas to be security too. And we've got the nodes that are still in Taurus, and then the South node, which is in Scorpio too. And then we also have Mars. So Mars is going to be moving into Virgo sort of Monday, Tuesday of next week. With that, you might be thinking or wanting things to go a certain way. You find with Mars is sort of where you can make you be angry, or be frustrated, but also could be a strength as well. But Virgo, when it's going to Virgo, that's all about being sort of nitpicky or perfectionist. So perhaps if something's not just right, or set the right way, or done your way, this way might make you be agitated or a bit frustrated, or could be on the other bit where things will just sort of go your way, and smooth, and detailing will just sort of work out for you when we're going to that. And then I've still got this Venus that is moving, it's in Leo, and it is slowing down because it's going into shadow, because we're getting ready for that big retrograde coming up on the 22nd of the month too. We've also got a Mars making also angle with Pluto as well. So this can maybe thinking of like things that may be out of balance, or there's a slippery slope. There could be also with these nodes, there could be seeing like revulsion, people going against what sort of rules or regulations there are, like we have been seeing in France. So or things, or maybe there's going to be stories or things coming to an end in your life, and wanting to start a new fresh new beginning, because we're looking at new lessons or new pathways to go, new destiny points to go ahead as well, that we're seeing in that. And I feel like there's going to be some unexpected shifts coming up this week, where you thought you were on one path, but you may sort of switch over and go into a completely different path that you never really thought that would happen. Um, we've also got the moon today that's going to be meeting up with Saturn, that's in Pisces. So here I get might be with the moon in Pisces, might be a little bit emotional for people, or people will maybe overreact in certain things, or get emotionally charged with stuff that they wouldn't normally would, or get overly emotional because they wouldn't really sort of would before too. And then we've also got with this Chiron that's in Aries, where people are sort of seeing, where they are heading, but also with this Chiron in Aries, I feel like it can be like bruised ego. It can be a bit of a victim mode, because I always feel like Aries is the strongest sign, so it's like the harder they fall. Where Chiron being in this sign here. It even could be through like leadership and leaders too that's coming up, that I feel that's going to make some transitions through this week as well. But I feel like this week is going to be about being determined and not giving up, and keep just pushing through the pressures of life and situations when they come up, and just to keep push through, and to just not give up, and to keep going. It's going to be coming up this week. And even for myself, this past week, it has been like time has gotten better, because even for myself, I feel like that um, time is like sort of slipping away. I've had the things that I've been wanting to do, and then not being able to get everything that I want to get done, because it's like time is just slipping through my fingers, and things come up, and people need help, and it comes up in life, and it's been coming up a lot with people, and also I think with our own lives, where things are keep coming up, and we have these plans. And I think the planets are sort of trying to get us on track, but also pushing us, but also making delays. It's being a big hectic that's coming up. So let's go to the caller for today. So we got here, which is Shaylee. She's from Salt
Yes,
Lake
hello.
City in Utah. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
Um, can I show my love life? It's
Okay, you want
mm, I don't know I don't know. Is it gonna improve anytime soon?
okay. Okay. I feel like what's happening with you is that you have standards, and we all have standards, and it's good to have standards in relationship. But I just feel like the person that's in your life, or the person that's there, is not living up to where you need them to be, the standard that you need, or the quality that you're needing them to be. I feel like they come and they say sorry, and they like they mean it, and you're like okay, but then nothing changes. And I feel like you're needing a big change. You need something to sort of um I also feel like there's this person too that maybe not telling you the whole story, the whole truth with this person too. And I feel like there's a little bit of manipulation at play too with this person. Let's hope. Let's see. What's coming up here? I have a feeling this relationship, you're on the edge of what to do, and whether or not to move forward or to move back. I have a feeling by this week you're going to make a decision. This week it's coming up, I feel like by Wednesday you're going to make a decision of what you're wanting to do. I kind of feel like there's a thing of people moving on here, so I do feel like this might be a situation where you're feeling like walking away, but there's also a lot of anxiety that I feel like too. It might be like you're anxious, your anxieties, it could be with them as well. Can you relate what I'm saying?
No, I'm in love with him. I want him back.
Okay. 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 So there's someone here with anxiety. Is it you're the anxious one, or was it them?
Sorry, what was that?
There's someone here who has like anxious, like nervousness. Like they're not confident. So if like this is either you or it's them.
Well, he left. He hasn't talked to me for like 2 weeks.
Okay. I feel like this relationship.
Maybe him. I don't know.
Even though you want this relationship, I'm not sure that this relationship's going to work out for you. I feel like by this week, there's a make or break situation this week coming up about it, and I feel like you're, because I feel like if he comes back, whatever's the issue that's been going on, it's a cycle here that's happening with this relationship. I don't feel like the cycle has been completely broken, but in saying that, I do feel like maybe you feel like this person. I know you love him, or that you feel like he's like a soulmate person here, but I have a feeling that there's another energy that you need to connect with as well coming up in around 7 months. That's going to be filled with a lot of excitement that's coming up into your life as well. Um, and I also feel like there is a bit of stubbornness here too on what's
Mhm.
on what's happening. He's not going to listen. I feel like this person, like they're not going to listen. Um, I don't know if it's you or them, but someone who's like what they want. What's like we're all about what they want. So I'm not sure if that's you or if that's them.
Him.
Um,
Yeah.
and like you'll bend, but I feel like you don't want to have to get rid of everything. You need to have yourself. You need to still be yourself as well.
Mhm.
With this too. Um, there's not a lot of. I feel like maybe this is him. He's surrounded by, or there's someone who's surrounded by people who are not trustworthy, or just be careful people sort of are surrounded by, if it's you or him. Okay, what's happening? I feel like it could be him coming back, but I just feel like something about 7 months, where I have a feeling you're going to be in a better situation you are now, where it is like a love feeling that's coming up here. And I do feel like it's like you've met someone who's genuine and nice. Um, and they're not about breaking hearts. This person is going to be, they're just there. I feel like you can rely on this person that's there. It's really sending out to me. And same as this is, I feel like it's in about 7, to do with 7, so it'd be 7 weeks, 7 days, but I feel like more 7, maybe 7 months that's coming up. It could even be July next year, but it's something.
Sorry, I was gonna say that's funny. He's a life past 7. I just said popped my head since I heard 77. I love the number 7. That's a good number.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it's, and I know this is like it's hard, but I feel like that there's some playful energy that's coming in with that energy. So I know right now it's really hard, but I just like there's this playfulness energy that's going to come around. Look, I do feel like you're going to still hear from this current person, but I feel like it could be more like sort of fighting or be arguing, and you need it to, like, we want it to stop, but I feel like this person's not listening. They're not open to listening. Because it's like it has to be their way. But yeah, does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
It's okay. Thank you for calling in today. So, people, it's been a quick show, but it's been a good show. So we've all got to learn lessons in this life, and I feel like what's coming up over the next couple of weeks is some deep thinking and about where we're heading in life and our own destiny and what we're wanting. And I feel like there could be, as I said, I feel like there's going to be certain stories in our lives coming to an end, ready for new beginnings are coming up here, ready for new stories, even around the world that we're going to see. So new things popping up and things sort of ending, which is going to be good. So if you'd like to contact me, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties, same as my Facebook page. My Instagram and TikTok is Lady D Psychic, as well as my YouTube is Lady D or Danielle Psychic. So I hope you've had an amazing time at this show, and I hope to see you all next week, same time, same place. So bye for now.
I'm Jenny, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now back to A1R on the air, Psychic Talk Radio now on Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Understanding Spirit. We're going to continue with our development for a few more weeks, and then I will be jumping into doing readings for all of you. Today,